In the Mile End Road, opposite to the London Hospital, there was, and possibly still is, a line of small shops. Among them was a vacant greengrocer's which was to let. The whole of the front of the shop, with the exception of the door, was hidden by a hanging sheet of canvas, on which was the announcement that the Elephant Man was to be seen within, and that the price of admission was twopence. Painted on the canvas in primitive colours was a life-size portrait of the Elephant Man. This was a very crude production, depicted a frightful creature that could only have been possible in a nightmare. It was the figure of a man with the characteristics of an elephant. The transfiguration was not far advanced. There was still more of the man than of the beast. This fact, that it was still human, was the most repellent attribute of the creature. There was nothing about it of the pitiableness of the misshapen or the deformed, nothing of the grotesqueness of the freak, but merely the loathsome insinuation of a man being changed into an animal. Some palm trees in the background of the picture suggested a jungle, and might have led the imaginative to assume that it was in this wild that the perverted object had roamed. When I first became aware of this phenomenon, the exhibition was closed, but a well-informed boy sought the proprietor in a public house, and I was granted a private view on payment of a shilling. The shop was empty and grey with dust. Some old tins and a few shriveled potatoes occupied a shelf, and some vague vegetable refuse the window. The light in the place was dim, being obscured by the painted placard outside. The far end of the shop, where I expect the late proprietor sat at a desk, was cut off by a curtain, or rather by a red tablecloth, suspended from a cord by a few rings. The room was cold and dank, for it was the month of November. The year, I might say, was 1884. The showman pulled back the curtain and revealed a bent figure crouching on a stool and covered by a brown blanket. In front of it on a tripod was a large brick heated by a Bunsen burner. Over this the creature was huddled to warm itself. It never moved when the curtain was drawn back,